The Vagabond's Way is a 2022 book written by Rolf. It's a collection of musings, meditations, and reflections on wanderlust, discovery, and travel. It has a unique layout in that there's one page for each day of the calendar year, and each page starts with a quote and is then followed by a few paragraphs linked to the theme of the quote. The journey across the year is set up to reflect the various stages of a journey. For example, the January and February entries cover the theme of dreaming and planning, followed by getting started in March and April, all the way through to the journey home in November and December. I really liked the layout, and it gave me a good sense of progression as I went through the book. At times it's got a philosophical and somewhat poetic vibe to it. The book looks at travel like it's a near spiritual thing, and at the start I really liked how it made me feel. It made me want to travel and experience places and people and food and culture. I live vicariously through lots of travel vlogs on YouTube, and I've been a long-time fan of Anthony Bourdain, so I'm a good audience for it. Bourdain, in fact, is quoted a number of times in the book, with one of his most famous sayings coming up a couple of times. Be a traveller, not a tourist. That is a brilliant and succinct saying. But Potts' mistake comes from leaning way too hard into it. At times it felt like Potts was saying, if you're not wearing sandals, hoisting a single backpack, handwriting in a bamboo journal, while a 90-year-old granny makes you noodles in a rundown village in the back end of Vietnam, then you ain't travelling. It's a nice aspiration, but I think what he misses is that not everyone can drop everything and become a vagabond. The book openly shits on tourists and praises travellers, when I would say that the vast majority of people would love to be the latter, but simply have to be the former. The book misses the real world thing of families, mortgages, jobs, and responsibilities. I also found Potts' use of reversal sayings tiresome. I don't know if that's even the right term for it, but it's where you say one thing and then reverse it and step back like you've dropped a wisdom bomb. The kind of Facebook mom type post with text written over a beach sunset or a mountain view. For example, these are from the book. Sometimes you take on the road, but at times the road takes on you. Or sometimes you walk through a city, but sometimes the city walks through you. There were so many of those that I eye-rolled every time one came up. It all made it feel a bit cheap by the end, and it's nowhere near as deep as Potts seems to think it is. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the book. Those were just a couple of things that were really coming out as obvious by the time I finished it. The book is a good read with short chapters, which makes it easy to pick up and put down. It's the perfect kind of book for a commute, or, dare I say it, something to read while you're being a traveller and not a tourist.